Welcome back to the channel this week. This week, we're not going to work on a Jeep, we're going to work on a Bronco. This is one of the new full-size Broncos. We don't have a lot of content on the Broncos out. We're starting to get quite a few in the shop. Actually, pretty awesome platforms. I'm really considering buying one for the shop. But this customer wants to install a winch. There are some options out there. There are some less stellar than others, but for the most part, there's a few good options. We opted for the rough country winch. They offer two different mounts. They offer one that's hidden, and it actually comes out like way down below. The problem is if you're buried or stuck in the mud, good luck getting to it. And they offer another one that's mounted up here. So we chose the higher mount just for this gentleman's application. It's probably not gonna see anything seriously hardcore, but if they were in a crappy situation, it'd be nice to be able to get recovered. I've ran some rough country bumpers on my trucks and stuff, and I really liked them. They actually held up extremely well. So that's why I wanted to run it on this and see how the fitment was. I have a feeling if it's anything like their Dodge stuff, it's probably pretty darn good. So in here we got a whole bunch of pieces and parts and brackets. Got a winch plate. And that's pretty stout. If everything lines up good, that's pretty beefy. Bunch of hardware. We got some sensor relocation stuff. We got proximity or bumper mounting kit to relocate those. Empty box. More bracketry. Pretty looking even too. And then the heart. There's the main structure for this mount. So on their website they do have instructions. They're actually pretty darn nice. So I recommend you go to their website if you're gonna be doing one of these. Pull the instructions. But let's pull this thing apart. Let's put this together. We are gonna run the synthetic rope. I'm not a huge fan of steel. It's heavy, gets slivers in your hands. I just really don't like it. There's nothing wrong with it, but I like the extra weight not being in the vehicle. So we're gonna start stripping this thing down and see how this thing all goes together. So here we took all the little trim off and the little plastic and crap. So now we're gonna pull some mounts. Here we go. We got the full bumper pulled right off. Then you're gonna follow the directions and work on the wiring for all the bumper sensors. Here's the Bronco we're working on today. These things are sweet. I'm really liking these. This thing's like brand new. Brand new. Nice two-tone interior. These things are awesome. So here we got the bumper back on the vehicle. We got the wiring ran out here and ready because this is the winch mount. Got the fair lead mounted. Sensors are getting ready to go in. Oh, not tight yet. I shouldn't touch that. So that's where the sensors are going to be now. Shop is an absolute wreck right now. Eric is working on a rust bucket, making it a not rust bucket. It's an old TJ, doing a bunch of frame repair. As you can see, there's a bunch of old frames sitting down there. Blake's working on his Gladiator. Should be working on customers' vehicles, but he's gonna work on his instead. So here's the winch setup. It's upside down currently. You kind of assemble it upside down, it's easier. You mount the winch to the winch plate, and then you mount the winch brackets that go to the bumper and the frame on, and then you're going to pick it up and assemble it onto the vehicle as a whole unit. So it's kind of easier to put together upside down, and they do tell you that in the instructions. But you're going to assemble this whole entire thing, and then you're just going to kind of pick it up, flip it up into place. You're going to need two people for this. After you get that all tightened up, you're going to put the trim ring in. What this is we opted for no light bar. I personally don't like light bars. Most people are starting to move away from light bars. So you can get it with or without light bar, and if you don't choose light bar, then you get that little insert to fill the gap down there. It's all kind of laser cut and kind of cool looking.
be about right. Except for over there.
Once the winch is completely mounted, everything's nice and tight, you take your stock trim plastic piece that goes here and you do some trimming. You kind of just trim it and notch it out to fit in here, and then you just put it back in the way it was. So everything's still nice and covered up. This side we still have to trim up. Got the hook on. We'll tighten that up here in just a minute. Ran all the wiring underneath the grill, up along the top, hooked it to the battery. So that's the finished install. So there you go. Shane did all the work. I made it look easy. But winch installed, ready to go. We sell a lot of these rough country winches here at the shop. We have really, really good results with them. I sell just dozens and dozens and dozens. We maybe warranty one a year, every other year. We don't see very many warranty rate on them. And I was willing to give the rough country mount a chance because, like I said, I've used their bumpers on my personal trucks and stuff. I don't really like some of their Jeep bumpers, but some of them are starting to get okay. But I figured this was worth giving a shot. It looks really nice. The fit and finish was actually perfect. It literally was really easy to install. It does need two people. It's kind of heavy. I don't know how you're going to do it by yourself unless you start like getting a bunch of blocks of wood and crazy crap. But I guess you could figure something out. But anyways, hope you guys like this Bronco stuff. We'll see you next week.